Hi, and welcome to the 2010 MSU Alumni Association National Leadership Conference. I'm Scott Westerman, your head servant at MSUAA, and I apologize for not being able to be with you this weekend. We are focusing on family stuff, and I am helping my wife continue to recover from her health adventures this year. Everything is good, everything's okay, but this is weekend I need to be with her. And as I always tell you guys, family first, so I'm modeling the behavior. So welcome to the Windy City. We're so glad to have you here. We're looking forward to an exciting football game tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit about what you can get out of the day today. First and most importantly, this is a networking opportunity. For those of you that are new to leadership in the MSU Alumni Association, it's a great way to meet and get to know people who can help you from around the country, people who've been down the road that you're traveling, and people who've experienced many of the adventures that you will be experiencing in the coming months. I want to talk a little bit about the big picture, about where we are going at the MSU Alumni Association. I'm coming up on something like 297 days since my first day on the job at the Alamo Bowl down there in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. And during that time, we've been trying to move the Alumni Association away from being an affinity organization and more towards a service organization. Some of you have heard this speech before. But the big key thing to remember is we're moving away from an organization where you join to get discounts to become more of an organization where you join because there's more value for your life as a result of your membership in the MSU Alumni Association. So what that means is when you graduate from college, we'll help you find a job. When you move to a new community, we'll help you make friends and get settled. If you're between opportunities and in mid-career, we'll help you find a new career and a new passion and get you connected with a new job. And wherever you are, if you need a friend anywhere in the world, the MSU Alumni Association's 500,000 strong database of MSU friends and alumni around the world are at your fingertips when you join the MSU Alumni Association. So it's become less of a me organization and more of an us organization. When we talk about the value proposition about why should you join the MSU Alumni Association, it's not about what's in it for me, it's about what's in it for us as a Spartan nation. How we can help other Spartans get acclimated to new communities and find jobs and great careers and make a difference in this world. Part of Luana's land grant, world grant mission of making the world a better place. And that's where it starts, right here at MSUAA. I want you to think about, as we go through this time together at this leadership conference, how to make your organization sustainable. Typically, the farther away we get from East Lansing, a local club is often dependent upon a core of maybe one or two real fanatic leadership types that are president for life. And what we hope that you will think about is how do you make your core culture of your local alumni club sustainable beyond the time you're in the leadership post. So things you should be thinking about are how do I build a strong bench? How do I identify the next generation of leadership? Who's my vice president who'll be succeeding me? How do I find a good treasurer? How do I find a good secretary? How do I build a good board? And how do I identify people out in the community who are Spartans who might want to become very active members of the board, become leaders of projects, and ultimately succeed you in your leadership role? Another important thing is how do you attract young people to engage in the Alumni Association? We are in the land of Generation Y, where the Generation Y crowd is just as much involved in philanthropy and community service as our generation was, but they may not join Rotary because it meets at lunch hour instead of happy hour. How do you find ways to integrate them? We have some young Spartans that'll be here today that can help you with that as well. And then thinking about what are the kind of things that you want to do to really define your club. We have been working on a best practices task force for clubs that Kim will be talking a little bit about today. And there are some things there that will help you as you work your way through that. But what do you really want your club to be? Do you want it to be primarily a social club? Do you want it to be a club that's involved in the community? Do you want to build a scholarship so that you can make it possible for great kids to come to Michigan State University? How do you want your club to be thought of in the community? Good points for discussion today. One of the things that we'll also be talking about is how we'll be helping you fund your club activities going forward. For many, many years, we've used a dues dispersal program that was based upon the number of alumni that were in the zip codes of our local alumni clubs. We've decided that that really has become an anachronism because in some cases we'll have a club with a very small membership that has big dreams and wants to do big things. And under our old method of funding, they wouldn't have gotten a whole lot of money from the MSU Alumni Association to help them with their cause. So what we're moving to now, or in the process of moving to as we speak, is a more tell us what you need and we will help you get where you want to go model of funding your local clubs, which is right in line with our MSU Alumni Association two questions philosophy. At MSUAA, the two questions that our staff are always asking are, where does it hurt and how can we help? And that's the way we want to take a look at how we financially help you fund your activities locally. We want to get away from buying potato chips and Coca-Cola for your game watch parties, and we want to get much more into things that support one of the four reasons for being for the MSU Alumni Association. And those four tests, it could be any one or more of these. The first test is, does it raise the positive awareness of Michigan State University? Second test is, does it help grow membership in the MSU Alumni Association? Third test is, does it help attract great kids to come to this great university? And the fourth test is it an event or a program that will help us identify future investors or donors to bring more money in to MSU so that we can continue to make the MSU experience available for the next generation, just like it was for us. So what we'll have is we'll have a process where you can actually send us a note and tell us what it is you would like to do and how much you need, and then we will very quickly work through that to make sure that we get you the funding. The process actually will become formal when the next dues dispersal checks would be going out, which is around the summertime when those dues dispersal checks typically go out. So what's happened is if you've received a dues dispersal check last June, that's the last dues dispersal check you will get based upon zip codes. The new request process will be in sync with our annual reports that all clubs file. So when you file a club report, at that point in time, you'll tell us what you're planning to do next year, tell us how much you need so that we can get the funding rocking and rolling. The other thing that'll be different about this is that we will no longer be requiring you to stick within this one funding request time period. If you've got a good idea now, we want to hear about it now. And if it's a good idea that we think we ought to help you with, we will help you with it. I'll give you a classic example. One of our smaller Pennsylvania clubs, which normally would have only received about $90 from us a year under the old dues dispersal plan, decided that they wanted to spearhead getting a Spartan S on license plates in Pennsylvania. So they came to us, asked us if we'd help them with it, and of course we did. We were happy to help with that. The offshoot of that was that the energy and buzz surrounding that has brought the clubs across Pennsylvania closer together. So, did it meet the test? Does it raise the visibility of this fine university across the country? Absolutely. We were glad to do it. So, Kim will be talking a little bit more about that going forward. But the key thing to remember are the four objectives, and that is, number one, does it raise the visibility of the university? Number two, does it help us grow membership in the MSU Alumni Association? Number three, does it encourage great students to come to this great university? And number four, does it help us find new investors for MSU? If your club activities meet that, one or more of those criteria, not only will it make it possible for us to help you fund your activities, but we believe that those are the four foundations for a successful club. So, the most important thing that I want to leave you with as you go into this conference today is to have fun and make friends. I hope when you walk away from your time today, not only will you be fired up for the Northwestern game tomorrow, not only will you be fired up about the great things your club can do locally, but you will also have some friends who will be your backstop. Some people that you can call when you have questions. Some people that'll lift you up when you have bad days and help you celebrate when you have good. Because after all, that's what the MSU Alumni Association is about. As your personal network for life, we are there for you whenever you need us at every stage of your life to help cheer for you when things are going good and to help you get back on your feet when you fall down. That's what we're about in the 500,000 strong Spartan Nation. Hope you have a great day. As always, you can write me anytime, wsw@msu.edu, and you can call the office anytime. We're glad to talk to you about anything. We are here to serve you at the Michigan State University Alumni Association. Go Green!